Welcome back to Tune Up Tuesday. My name is Yogi Ambino, and today we're going to go over a CARS, specifically a morning routine that you can do to keep your joints healthy. So reasons why we do CARS are for three reasons pretty much. One is to maintain the range of motion of our joints. So the reason why we lose range of motion in the first place is that we just don't use it. Doesn't mean that we're getting old or anything like that. If you don't put your arm back here, well, as time goes on, your body's going to adapt to not letting you get into those ranges. The second reason is to maintain the joint health. As we bring our joints through range of motion, synovial fluid, nutrition, blood flow, oxygen, all get into the joint spaces and help nourish the joints. And the third reason is to assess yourselves. So as we go through all of our CARS every day, you're going to be able to figure out what areas of your body feel the most limited, so this way you can kind of figure out where you want to target your mobility training. Okay, so a couple of things to keep in mind as we set up for our CARS is that we want to keep tension throughout the body. This is going to allow us to focus only on the areas that we want to focus on. So if I want to move my neck, if I'm moving other aspects of my body, I'm not creating motion at my neck and I'm not going to get the benefit of the CARS. So in order to do so, you're going to need to create tension throughout the rest of the body, almost as if you're doing a plank. So you're going to keep your abs a little bit tight, you're going to squeeze your glutes, your quads, you're going to corkscrew your feet into the ground a little bit, you're going to make a fist and you're going to punch towards the floor. If we're doing our neck CARS to start, we're going to take our chin and we're thinking our chin is going to draw the biggest circle possible without compensating in other areas. So what we're going to do here is take our chin and we're going to bring it straight down and try to touch our sternum. When you can't go any further, we're going to trace the clavicle out towards the right. And you're going to move nice, slow, and controlled, making sure nothing else is moving. When I can't get my chin any further, I'm going to bring it up towards the ceiling. And when I can't get any further, I'm going around to the other side, back down to the opposite clavicle. And then I'm going to slide back across the center, and that would be a circle in one direction. And you're going to do two to the right, and then you're going to flip it into the other direction, and we'll do two to the left. So you go straight down, go out to the left now, up towards the ceiling, around to the other side, down to the opposite clavicle, and then back to center. And what you're going to do now is you want one to the right, one to the left. You're looking for, do both sides feel the same? The certain areas feel limited? Did I move anything else? And this will start to give you a sense, is there anything going on with your neck that may need to be addressed? All right. After I do the neck, typically I go down to the scapula. You can do both arms together or you can separate them if you want. So we're going to take our middle fingers and we're going to put them on where the seams of our pants are going to be. We're not going to allow the hands to go forward or back because that's compensation of using the arm to make up for the motion of the shoulder blade. All right. We're also not allowing the elbows or the wrists to bend because, again, that's also compensation of using the arm to make up for movement in the scapula. So we're really trying to learn how to disassociate motion of the scapula from the arm. So what we're going to do from here is create that tension as we talked about, and we're going to start by shrugging up towards our ears. From here, we're going to peel the shoulder blades forward, pull them down towards our front pockets, pinch them back into retraction, and then come up towards our ears. And that will be a circle in the forward direction, and then we just reverse that. So now we're going to go up, back, down, and forward. And that will be the circle forward. So again, you're going to do two circles in one direction, two circles in the other direction, allowing to create motion at the scapula. After the scapula, we'll go to the shoulder. So what we're going to do here is whichever way we're going, so if we're going to start our circle forward, we're going to have our thumb pointing in that direction. Keeping our attention, trying not to let our bodies rotate, we're going to reach straight out in front of us until you feel like you hit a roadblock and you can't go any further. From here, you're going to rotate from the shoulder, not from the elbow, okay? So rotate from the shoulder, and then imagine there's a wall here that you're trying to reach and clear without rotating, and you're going to keep twisting this arm as if you were wringing out a wet towel. And that's going to allow you to finish with your palm now facing away from you and your thumb pointing backwards. And then you can go from here right into a backwards shoulder cars. So now we'll go in the backwards direction, keeping the thumb up as high as you can until you hit your roadblock. Rotate the shoulder outwards from the joint. Up, clearing that wall again. Back here and down. So you do 2 forward, 2 backwards on the right side, and then flip, do the left side again, comparing and contrasting. All right, we'll do now the elbow and the wrist to finish up the upper body segment of cars. So for the elbow, we're looking to create motion at the elbow joint. We're trying to avoid rotation at the shoulder joint now. So imagining here, if you feel like you can't get the movement without moving here, you can put your arm right here, grabbing your bicep, and now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into supination or bringing the palm up as far as you can. Then from here, you're gonna keep trying to get rotation at that joint as you bend the elbow. When you get to the top, we're going to then pronate or bring the palm down, and then we're gonna bring it down into extension. And this will be a circle going one way. The opposite direction would be starting here in pronation, and then we're gonna be pronated, going up, supinate, go down, and now we're just doing the opposite of what we did before. All right, again, comparing right to left, 2 per side. And we finish up with the wrist. Taking our wrist, you can make a fist or open up the hand. Both ways will kind of get the structures a little bit differently because the fingers will have tendons that run up past here as well. So if you close them, you'll take out those tendons. If you open them, you'll get them involved, so you can bias different structures this way. Okay, but what we're gonna do is making sure that our forearm here is always pointing towards the ceiling and we're not getting it to roll. So we're trying to disassociate the hand from the forearm, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start into flexion. We're gonna peel out towards one side, peel it back into extension, come around to the other side, and up. Okay, that would be a circle in one direction. If you're really struggling with this, okay, you can put an object on top of your forearm. One thing to keep in mind as you're doing all of your cars, if you're getting a pinch pain at a joint where 2 joints are getting closer together, whether it's at the wrist, the shoulder, the neck, and you're getting a pinchy pain in here, that's what we call closing angle pain. And those are things that you need to, those are the things that I would rule out in saying that this is actually a joint issue and that you shouldn't try to push through them because you'll only end up making the issue worse over time. And that's something that you should go and foam rolling or stretching isn't going to take care of that issue. You actually need to find someone who can do manual therapy to help you out there. But otherwise, if you're feeling discomfort or crampiness or some stretching or some weird feelings throughout your cars, that's okay because you're just learning to control your end ranges of motion, which is what cars are all about. Thanks for checking in. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Hope you enjoyed this. Next week, we're going to go over the lower body and the spine and how we can continue doing a morning routine to keep our joints healthy.